Hello students. So last class we did question and answers of the first chapter. Today we will look at the timeline of the first chapter. This is given in your textbooks. So I want you all to understand it. How do you read a timeline and how it helps us understand history. You will also be making a timeline in your notebooks, but in a different format. I will explain that also. So in every chapter, we see a timeline in the first few pages. Now this timeline, they indicate some major processes and events. Whenever you will study these timelines, we will see the processes through which ordinary men and women have shaped history. And these are very difficult to date than events such as war between kings. It's easy to date a war that happened, but it's very difficult to understand how which incident shaped the life of a man and woman. So some of these dates, they indicate the beginning of a process. Some dates indicate the end, and some dates indicate the maturation of that process. These timelines, they are constantly revised because these historians, they are constantly revising the dates as and when they get new evidence or new ways of assessing old data. So we have divided the timeline on a geographical basis. So in this textbook, you will see the timeline of 6 different regions. So it has been divided in geographical basis because of convenience, so that you can conveniently see the timeline of a particular region separately. You will also see that the timeline is divided on the historical development. Okay, there is also a chronological overlap in historical processes. So you will see an overlap between two regions, how there was different development happening in two different regions at the same time. Over here, only some landmarks of human history have been showed. The process has been highlighted according to the themes. So every theme will have a separate timeline. Whenever you will see a star, an asterisk sign in the timeline, you will see an illustration related to that somewhere along the column. Whenever you see a blank space, remember, it does not mean that nothing happened then. No. Sometimes we are not, it also indicates that we are not aware of what happened. Something happened, but we do not know it. We will be learning more about South Asian history in general and Indian history, all this next year. So the dates that are selected for the South Asian history are only indicative. Okay, they only indicate the developments in the region. So in our books, we have timelines of Africa, Europe, Asia, South Asia, America, and Australia or Pacific Island. Okay, so let's start this. Since we have already completed the chapter, it will get more interesting. So the timeline of this section, that is section 1, it focuses on the emergence of humans, the domestication of plants and animals. It also highlights major technological development like use of fire, metals, plough agriculture, and wheel. Some other processes are also shown that include the emergence of cities and use of writing. We will also see the mention of some early empires, although early empires is a timeline that we will look more detailed into timeline 2, that is section 2. So in this theme, in this particular timeline, we will be looking at emergence of human, domestication of plants and animals, and technological development, and also emergence of cities and use of writing. Okay, these were the themes that the first two chapters covered. Okay, so this is how you have a timeline. You have a dates column that indicates the time, and then over here we have two columns and they are color coded. Remember these color codes, they are very important because when you will draw a timeline in your notebooks, you will uh, synchronize, or you will keep it in the same colors like in your textbook. So Africa is red and Europe is blue. Now in Africa, between 6 million years ago and 500,000 million years ago, that is 5 million years ago, that is BP. If you remember in the first lecture I have explained, BP means before present. We found two things. We have Australopithecus fossils, which were found in Africa, and we have evidence of the use of fire. That is 1.4 million years ago. Now, from 500,000 to 150,000, we have Homo sapien fossils, which were found in Africa, and we have found the evidence of use of fire in Europe. So you can say, while in Africa, the fire was already there between 6 million years ago and 500,000 years ago, it came pretty later in Europe. 50,000 to 30,000 million years ago, we have Homo sapien fossils. 30,000 to 10,000, you can see we have found paintings in Africa and in Europe. So you can see there's an overlap. We do not know what happened in 7,000 to 8,000 before Common Era. We are not aware of it. So the blank lines over here do not indicate that nothing happened. They only indicate that we are not still aware of what took place that time. Now, here is the domestication of cattle and dogs from 6,000 to 7,000 BCE. It shows here in Africa. We cannot still see it had happened in Europe. Cultivation of wheat and barley, that is agriculture, that took place in Europe. We again have a time zone where we are not aware what happened. 4,000 to 3,000 years ago, we saw the domestication of donkey and cultivation of millets, and we also have found evidence of use of copper. Again, use of copper has happened in Crete in Europe as well. This is also 4,000 to 3,000 years ago. 3,000 to 2,000 years ago in Africa, we can see ploughing agriculture. We see the first kingdoms, cities, pyramids, calendars. We found a script, and you can see a star there. That means you will see the picture of script somewhere along the Africa column below. Writing on papyrus, domestication of horses happened in Europe, Eastern Europe. So if you look at the Europe timeline, you can see we have the names of the places as well. Okay, so again in Africa, Now in Africa, the next we can see the use of glass bottles, which happens in Egypt 1500 to 1400 years ago. But in Europe, 2000 to 1900, you can see cities, palaces, use of bronze, the potter's wheel, development of trade, which happens in Crete. Okay, and we can also see development of script that happens in Crete. So you can see there are two pictures here with inscriptions on it. This also shows the use of writing. Okay, so next 1100 to 1000 years ago, we have seen the use of iron in Europe. And 800 to 900 years ago, we can see a city which was established in North Africa by the Phoenicians from West Asia, and growing trade around Mediterranean. Then there is use of iron in Sudan, use of iron in Egypt. All this is happening. And we see the first Olympic Games of Greece, 776 BCE. That is between 800 to 700 years ago. Then we see use of iron in Egypt, or we see use of coins in Europe, in Greece, establishment of the Roman Republic in 510 BC. We finally see Persians invade Egypt in 500 to 400, and we see establishment of a democracy in Athens, Greece. Over here in Africa, establishment of Alexandria, it becomes a major center of learning. And Alexander of Macedonia, he conquers Egypt and parts of West Asia. So with this, we finish the timeline of Africa and Europe. We look at the same dates, but two different places now. We are looking at Asia and South Asia. The colors here are green and yellow. So in Asia, we have found the evidence of use of fire. Okay, that is 700,000 before present. And this has been found in China. And in South Asia, we have found a site in Rivat. It's a Stone Age site. Okay. Next, we have Homo sapien fossils, which happened 150,000 to 50,000 years ago. And right before it, you can see a blank line. And right under it, you can see a blank line. These two blank lines indicate that we are not aware what happened. Then we see domestication of dogs in Asia. It happens in West Asia, and exact time is also written 14,000 years ago. We have seen cave paintings at Bhimbekta at Madhya Pradesh, and we have found Homo sapien fossils, that is 25,500 years before present in Sri Lanka. Then 7,000 to 8,000 years before current common era, we have seen evidence of domestication of sheep and goat and cultivation of wheat and barley. This happens in West Asia. 7,000 to 6,000 years ago, we see domestication of pig and cattle. This happens in West and East Asia. And in South Asia, we see agricultural settlements in Balochistan. These are early agricultural settlements. That means agriculture had started, and so they had to settle around that area. Asia, again, we see domestication of chicken and cultivation of millet and yam. 6,000 to 5,000 years ago. And 5,000 to 4,000 years ago, we see cultivation of cotton and use of copper in West Asia. We do not know what has happened in South Asia at that time. 4,000 to 3,000 years ago, that is exactly 3,600 BCE, we see the use of potter's wheel. This wheel was also used for transport. We also see the evidence of writing, 3,200 BCE in Mesopotamia. and we see bronze. South Asia, we see the use of copper. This was a very important invention, the potter's wheel, a very important evidence that says that now they could travel longer distances and they could make pots to store their food that they needed. Asia and South Asia, 3000 to 2000 years ago, we see plow agriculture. We see cities like Mesopotamia. We see silk making in China. We see domestication of horses in Central Asia and cultivation of rice in Southeast Asia. And in South Asia, we have the cities of Harappa civilization and use of script, and there's a picture next to it that we have found in 2700 BCE. There's again a patch where we do not know what took place. And then 1600 to 1500 years ago, we can see cities, we can see writing, we can see kingdoms, that is the Shang dynasty. We know that there was a use of bronze in China because we have found an artifact that says it's made of bronze and it dates back to this particular era. 1500 to 1400 years ago, we see use of iron and we see the composition of Rigveda. 1200 to 1100 years ago, we see the use of iron and we see the megaliths, that is Deccan and South India. And 1100 to 1000 years ago, we have found evidence of domestication of one-humped camel in Arabia. Then 600 to 500 years ago, we saw use of coins in Turkey. We can see a Persian Empire, 546 years before Common Era, and the capital is Persepolis. We see the Chinese philosopher Confucius. In South Asia, we see that cities and states in several areas, we see the first coins, and we also see the spread of Jainism and Buddhism. 500 to 400 years ago, at present, we have no evidence. We are not very sure. 400 to 300 years ago, we see the establishment of the Mauryan Empire. And 300 to 200 years ago, we see an establishment of an empire in China and the beginning of the construction of the Great Wall of China. So with this timeline ends of Asia and South Asia. Now we are going to look at America and Australia. In the same timeline, that is 6 million years ago, we start, and you can see America and Australia, both of it, we have still not found any evidence that dates back to this particular time. It starts 50,000 to 30,000 years before present, that is exactly 45,000 years before present, that we have found Homo sapien fossils. That is early indication of seafaring at Australia. Then we have found Homo sapien fossils in America that date back to 30,000 to 10,000 years before present. And we have found paintings in Australia 20,000 years before present. We see lots of cultivation happening in America. 6,000 to 7,000, we have cultivation of squash. 5,000 to 4,000, we have cultivation of beans. And 4,000 to 3,000, we have cultivation of cotton and bottle gourd. And 3,000 to 2,000, we have domestication of guinea pig, turkey, and cultivation of maize. We also have cultivation of potato, chili, and cassava. Now, we directly jump to 1200 to 1100 years ago when we see Olmec settlements around the Gulf of Mexico. We have found some early temples and sculptures. Same time in Australia, we have found settlements in Polynesia and Micronesia. We also found a hieroglyphic script in America 900 to 1000 years ago. Okay, so now with these 6 different regions and same years of timeline, I want you all to draw something like this in your notebooks. You will draw a line. You will draw a line. You will draw a line, timeline like that. Give it the name Africa and use the same color, red. Give the dates below, so 6 million years ago to 50,000 million years ago before present. And then if you have exact time, you will write the exact time, that is 5.6 million years ago, Australopithecus fossils. 1.4 million years ago, evidence of use of fire. 195,000 years before present, Homo sapiens. Like that, you will continue making it. Okay, so if you look at the first one here, I have done up till year. Up till year, up till this Homo sapien fossils at 40,000. I think I have done that much. So you will continue. Both you are going to do. So I have not taken this. I've only taken till year. So I have done Africa. You are going to do all 6. Okay. You're going to make a timeline and you're going to draw a timeline like this in your notebooks. Also, I have put pictures here. You can stick pictures or you all can draw. And if either one of the two you should do, so that when you see this timeline, you can easily understand what happened in that region in the past. Okay, so these 6 timelines you all have to draw. This should be done before the school reopens, so you can set a timeline for yourself when you want to finish it. This is an activity that you will do before this weekend. Okay, so in this activity, you're going to choose one date, whichever date you want, from each of the 6 columns. Okay, and you're going to discuss the possible significance of that process or event for men and women living in the region. So we have 6 regions. From each region, you have to select one timeline. It is not single timeline for all the 6 regions. You can select 1,000 years ago for South Asia, and you can select 30,000 years ago for Australia, or you can select 5.6 million years ago for Africa, whichever one you want to select. Okay, so one date per column, and you have to discuss about that particular process. So you're going to write a note in your notebooks. You're going to write about the process that happened in that region and at which time. And according to you, how do you think that process was significant for a man or a woman who lived in that area? Just as an example, I will discuss one with you all here. Let's say I say evidence use of fire in Africa 1.4 million years ago. So if I take this particular event, I can say the significance of the use of fire for a man or a woman living in that area could be that now he could cook food, he could use fire as protection, as a weapon. Fire would have helped him make weapons. Fire would have also given him a lot of warmth and a lot of light in the darkness. So this is why I feel this was the significance of fire to the women or the men living in that area at that time. So like this, you will take 6 different dates, okay, for each and every region. Every region, one date, okay. So every region you will take one date and write. So total there will be 6 events that you all are going to discuss, okay. So with this, we will end today's class. Next class tomorrow, I will share the notes of the second chapter, okay, and then soon I will be discussing the timeline of the second chapter. So now you all are getting work in a little bulk. I would request you all to finish as much as you can. And if you can't, it's okay. You have time, finish it when you get time, but preferably before school starts. So with this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and keep learning.